Good afternoon and welcome to the program as it is hot right here on Active Citizens. My name is Ifoma Oji. Now we begin with a statement that has stirred conversation across the country. This time from Daniel Bwala, special advisor to the president, who appeared on TVC's Your View program. During the interview, Bwala claimed that crime is higher in the United States than in Nigeria, insisting that the conversation around insecurity in Nigeria has been exaggerated, especially after recent comments from the U.S. government on the state of safety in the country. According to Bwala, the Nigerian government has achieved what he describes as significant progress in tackling insecurity and stabilizing the economy. He argues that rather than acknowledging this progress, attention shifted dramatically after the United States raised concerns about insecurity in Nigeria, allegedly influencing the focus on Nigerian citizens and public discourse. Let's take a look.
No, what was the plan to tackle insecurity? We always wait for something to happen before we become proactive. Look at just because of what Trump just said. We're now trying to fix the insecurity issues in Nigeria.
Good point. But it is disingenuous to say it is after Trump outburst that Nigeria started moving up and down. When we arrested the leaders of Ansaru terrorist organization, Trump has not woken up from sleep. When we decimated bandits, and the Nigerian Defense Headquarters have been showing that, Trump had not said anything. In fact, their embassy was present in Nigeria. Some of the members of the Ansaru terrorist organization are in the U.S. watching. They didn't catch them. We caught them. But before then, before the president assumed that office, if you remember in the weeks leading to the election, these bandits and terrorists, they are closing into Abuja. They are kidnapping people inside Abuja, kill soldiers in Buhari. In fact, one day, they audaciously said they were going to come to Villa and carry Buhari. When we came, all of that stopped. In fact, let me put this to you. For the past 2 years, the allegation against government was economy. As soon as they saw that they failed in that agenda, why did I say they failed? They thought we were going to see the worst of economy. Our foreign reserve increased. Our dependency on importation went down. Our export capacity increased. We stabilized the naira. You have been seeing the inflation rate. You see the GDP. When they saw that everything is going forward, they say switch to security. You see, whenever politics is mixed with reality, it becomes hydra-headed and difficult. Okay. So before Trump talked, we have been dealing with insecurity. It is not something you finish tomorrow morning. America, as the biggest economy in the world, they are still dealing with activities of crime. Only 2 weeks ago, in front of White House, they shot 2 National Guards. In Chicago alone, on an average daily, if you hear the people that are being killed, the crime rate in America is more than the crime rate in Nigeria. I'm just saying.
Many Nigerians question the accuracy of comparing Americans' crime rates to Nigerians, noting that while the U.S. records high volumes of crime due to a well-documented system, Nigerians' insecurity is of a more severe and destabilizing nature, involving terrorism, banditry, mass kidnappings, and violent attacks that disrupt entire communities. Now, this came as a shock to me. I was really taken aback by how Daniel Bwala was downplaying the insecurity in Nigeria. But joining me in the studio to have a more robust conversation on this topic is Sharon Enemchukwu, my beautiful co-host, who is in the, should I say, the atmosphere, or rather in the character of her incoming birthday, upcoming birthday. Good afternoon, Sharon. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon.
You're looking good.
Yes, this is just the reaction of that presenter that I saw, because what did I just watch now?
Right there. Joining me also in the studio, I have Genevieve Okeke, who is equally in shock. Good afternoon, Genevieve.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing this afternoon? Now, starting with you, Sharon, do you think that Daniel Bwala's comparison between crime in the United States and Nigerians is realistic, or is it an attempt to downplay the severity of Nigerians' insecurity?
You know, let me just be very civil. Yes, let me hold it. Sometimes when people talk, right, they sound, I don't know if they don't know how they sound. Maybe they need to go back home and rewatch their interviews. I doubt a lot of these people actually go back home to rewatch their interviews. So before I even go to the part where he sounded like a nursery school rhymer, let me tackle where he said economy, that
exactly.
The economy was a propaganda, that when Tinubu came into power, they thought they were going to use economy to hold it down, but then they saw our economy was doing better. You know, I think that maybe there might be two Nigeria at this point, because you are telling me the GDP has increased, you are telling me that our exports to import ratio, that we are now exporting more, we are no longer depending on importation, yada yada yada. How is that even possible in the same nation where I'm living? All of these things are just on paper, they are just the numbers, right? But we cannot see it reflecting in the lives of Nigerians. That's one. Then two, comparing is just like saying, oh, 10 people died in Niger State yesterday night, and you come out and say, oh, okay, that's not even bad. After all, 12 people died in Kanu State. Please, we are doing better. The people in Kanu, they are dying way more. Do you see how senseless it sounds? How very, very stupid it sounds, in my opinion, because there are lives being lost here, and what you're concerned about is that, oh, even in the great America, in the America that we're all talking about, that people, is there anywhere that they are not losing lives? But it's the way they are tackling these issues that is just a problem. To be honest, I think Bwala should be made a citizen of concern, particular concern.
Okay, that shocked me actually, but yeah, that was quite insensitive. And let's talk about US. Here, US have a more robust data system where they record everything, both the death and everything, their growth and the rest of them. And once you just peruse through the internet, you can easily see how many people have died in US. But how can you compare that to Nigeria, who is still struggling with data? They don't even know how many people literally live in Nigeria, and you're comparing the crime rate in Nigeria to the US. Coming to you, Genevieve, I would like to have your take on this. He said that the US, they were looking for something to hold against the present administration. They checked the economy, they saw that economy was boosting, that everything was working well. They now switched to insecurity. Now I would like your take on that.
You said that they congratulated Nigeria. When?
God. I'm shocked. Just as you introduced me, I am very shocked. What really threw me off guard was that part. He said the economy. What economy? The president came in and included subsidy. Please, how far has that subsidy been able to generate? What is the benefit of the subsidy? He came in, now he's talking about tax, 20%. How is the economy rising? People are dying every day. Was it, about 2 months ago, they recorded that Nigerian has one of the poorest people in the country. And you are telling me, you're going on national TV to say that they came with, who is coming after you? You're the one that's coming after us. Who is coming after you? It's so crazy that they are just playing and toiling with this insecurity thing. Like, it's a very subtle case for them. Like, it's nothing. Like, with the lives of people that are involved, is
mere animal.
I'm telling you, like, of course, to be a mere animal, because they value cow. They value cow more than human life. So it's not shocking. This is very crazy. He's actually a citizen of a very big concern.
To be honest, there was this lady at that interview. She was just seated like this and looking at this man. I'm like, how do you sleep? In my mind, I'm like, how do you actually sleep at night to come out and be talking, around to rubbish about the current insecurity in Nigeria, but more on the conversation. Now, Sharon, do you think Nigerians need the United States, to point out insecurity issues, or are this problem already a part of our daily life for many citizens in Nigeria?
So yes and no. For a long time, insecurity has now become part of our daily life. You just wake up and hear, and at some point it became numbers. 100 people were abducted, 100 people were killed. And see, the majority, the bulk of this incident don't even make it to the media. When you go to the places where they are being terrorized by bandits, there are bigger cases that we don't even cover, and even when we cover it, we don't get the actual number. They just downplay it, right? So yes, it has become normal, but to be honest, it's not Nigeria that needed the United States to point out insecurity. It's the Nigerian government, right? Nigerians already knew. And to be honest, to be fair, I would also say Nigerians as well, because especially for these Christians, the genocide against Christians, it was when international organizations, international media started drawing attention, and we were like, okay, wait though, this is true. This has been going on for so long that we ignored it, and we thought it was normal. Oh, if you know you have a death which does visit the Northwest, right? That's something that we built growing, as we went on. So when the United States international organizations started mentioning, everybody started to look back and remember. So this is not just for the Nigerian government, but on the Nigerian government, they were so reluctant because they felt nobody was paying attention to them, and they could get away with whatever they wanted to. So when we had the attention of the United States, I'm telling you, I have never seen this back-to-back news of rescues before. The Chibok girls that were abducted, it was the way they even, like, I've never seen this much urgency. A state of emergency. When last did they call state of emergency on our security? We've not seen things like this. Or a situation where you see they sack the defense staff, right? The next day you are seeing that he's been reinstated, because that culture that they have of trying to appeal to their loyalists is no longer serving. Now they want people who know what they're doing. I think truly it is because of the United States president coming out to call them out on insecurity.
Now, still talking on insecurity in Nigeria and how insensitive our leaders have turned out to be, we turn now to the comments made by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Adeboro Adamson, who weighed in on the country's ongoing security challenges during an interview on Arise News. Adamson stated that the Department of State Service have been working to bring terrorism to its knees, insisting that the Nigerians can see evidence of this work across the nation. According to him, the frequent pattern where abductions occur one day and the victims are released the next day is a direct result of what he describes as the secret work of the DSS. Let's take a look.
You can see, we read on daily basis what DSS has been doing, and unprecedentedly, you can see DSS going into the interior in the operation, unveiling the secrets of the masquerades that operate in the name of bandits, Boko Haram terrorists.
So in that regard, how important is the DSS at this point in Nigeria, following the president's declaration of a security emergency?
It's very, very important. You know, the president has declared a state of emergency on security. This is the right direction, the right step in the right direction. And DSS is up in the tax and has been working assiduously to ensure that the increase in the rise in terrorism is brought to its knee. And you can see the evidence everywhere. You know, you heard of abduction here today, then you hear of a release tomorrow. You know, it's because of the secret works embedded in DSS that is unveiling all this. And we need more of it. You know, you cannot leave Nigeria's security issue in the hands of military alone. Even Nigerians as a whole, we have a responsibility to decide to our nation. It's our nation. The success of Nigeria is our concern. If Nigeria succeeds, it's our country. If it does not succeed, where do we go? So we have a collective responsibility to ensure Nigeria works. And
statement that has sparked a lot of reactions on social media. Many Nigerians argue that while the DSS may indeed be working, now the country is still witnessing regular kidnappings, banditry and terror-related incidents, raising concerns about how much progress has truly been made. Now, this particular statement by the Senior Advocate of Nigeria was another shocker to me. I'm like, how is it that these people come on national TV and they keep on disgracing Nigeria? I'm coming right to you, Genevieve. Now, you could see what he said, that he's praising, he was eulogizing or praising the DSS, that today there is abduction. Tomorrow, those people that have been abducted or were in captivity have, you know, we have reports or we hear reports that they've been released. Wow. So I am asking, just like what Sharon said before, this is, are we supposed to be clapping for him, or are we supposed to be clapping for DSS for abduction today and rescue the next day?
We will not only clap, we remove our clothes, light on the floor and match it and tell them welcome. Igwe. Oh God, imagine the nerves and the guts, the audacity. These people really lack respect for the citizens of Nigeria. They don't
really take us for a fool.
I'm telling you, they take us for a big fool, because when, how? Even the people that were abducted during the CAC church that was abducted, how long did it take before they released them? And he's saying, he has the nerves to say that abduction today, released tomorrow. That is very, very stupid and insensitive of him. Coming on to national TV, smiling. Who is smiling with him at a critical time in Nigeria? People's life, the blood that have been wiped away, even kids. People are dying, and you're coming to laugh and start listing out rubbish for me. I don't understand. This is very, very insensitive. I mean, I'm tired of these people.
To be honest, it is quite tiring. Now, coming to you, Sharon, we've heard about the Niger schoolgirls that were kidnapped. Do you think that DSS is truly bringing terrorism to its knees? And why are kidnappings and bandit attacks still occurring so frequently across the country if they are truly bringing this terrorism or these terrorists to their knees?
Not doing anything.
I think what should happen, right? And I'm going to throw this advice. Maybe we'll be the first person to act on it, right? This is my advice, my suggestion. The next time you're going to interview these people, especially from the government, come talk to us about insecurity. Let us have the victims of those insecurity at the table.
Exactly.
Let us have people who have lost their loved ones in the process of abduction. Let us have people who have been previously abducted come and sit down on that same table. Let me see if they would have the mind to still be smiling, because I have a problem. I think these people need to go about, maybe they need to learn how to present themselves, right, in the media, especially for certain discussions and certain stories. It doesn't have to be genuine. Just try. Because why are you smiling? We are talking death, we are talking abduction, we are talking insecurity, you are smiling. That's one. Then number two, he said abduction today. That why do you think we're seeing abduction today, released tomorrow? Let me complete the statement. So it's abduction today, released tomorrow, no arrest.
And then abduction
again. So no arrest, right? No arrest. Let's even stand on the abduction and release. You abduct people, you release people that have been abducted, you don't arrest the abductor. So what you are playing is, you are just playing a game of hide and seek. Whoever finds the people, then whoever abducts them, then you go ahead to try and rescue them, right? It is not a matter, we are not hearing your plans on, how are you planning to avoid all of these things. If I take us back to that interview, I think on TVC that we just saw with Daniel Bwala, the presenter asked him a very important question. She asked, why is it that we are not on the top of affairs? We don't prevent these things. You're always reactive. Exactly. Is it that they are waiting? It seems as though it's the bandits that are ruling us now. So we wait. Whenever they sleep and wake up from wherever bush they are in and decide to abduct a village or kill anybody, then the Nigerian government knows they are going to do something. These are people's lives. These people are dying, right? What I just don't understand the type of country that we're living in. It seems like we have lost all human sympathy and empathy at this point. And shame on the government.
And what is painful is that is now a normal thing.
Yeah, there was this stuff I saw on social media about one activist that posted about Harrison Bamni show. He was talking about how we are talking about who stole money, the ransom money that was supposed to be paid to kidnappers, and then how they arrested Bamni show, and how we are busy, Nigerians are busy hustling for bandits' money. Like we are sitting down instead of hustling for money for bandits. The 5 million we're trying to account for them. Oh, your money is not complete, so you need to hold that. Just be patient. And that struck me. I'm like, how have we gotten to this extent that we've now normalized crime and we've made these terrorists rule over us? Like, you literally be in your house waiting for the next attack, waiting for, which state is it going to happen this time? Which is it reaching my side? Now safe. Still talking on this particular insecurity. Now, why do terrorists and bandits still operate in broad daylight? We saw the one that happened in Niger State, where these people operated for hours.
Impetus and somebody's telling me that the DSS is working, they are making moves.
Exactly. And the question you ask is, how is it that they abduct over 300 students and staff, and they're walking majestically on the road, undetected, no security, nothing like that, and you tell me that our DSS are truly working, that they are bringing these terrorists on their toes? To be honest, these people are really taking Nigerians for a fool. It is so annoying and so absurd how these people think that we are really, abnormal, and how these abnormalities are happening every day, and Nigerians are most of the time cruising about it. It's quite, sad to witness. But moving on to the next story, which is quite troubling now, an incident, a deeply troubling incident that happened out of Anambra State, where a yet to be identified armed men launched a violent attack on St. Andrew's Anglican Church in the Lino community of Ihiala local government area. According to reports, the attackers stormed the church premises, killing 2 persons and setting parts of the church building ablaze. Vehicles within the compound were also burnt, along with the apartment of the church cleric. Now, Punch newspaper correspondent who visited the scene confirmed that the wife of the church priest was also among the victims killed during the assault. The attack has left the community in shock, mourning and fear, and residents struggle to understand why a place of worship became the target of such brutal violence. Let's take a look.
No, now when they start why they when they follow them, these people supposed to back the up. And the guy one time in a food,
Now with this one, we have lost two vehicles now, and a machine, motorcycles.
Quite unfortunate. We've lost 2 lives, and over the weekend too, I saw some videos circulating on social media about five people, unidentified, men, have been allegedly killed for yet to be known reason. But I just need your take, Genevieve and Sharon, on the rising insecurity in Nigeria. Is as if, like I said earlier, you're sleeping or you wake up and you be like, okay, which state is it going to happen again? Is it going to be in the north, or is it going to be in the east, or is it going to be in the south? Where exactly are we going to hear news that these people have attacked again? And to our greatest surprise, they attacked in Anambra State. Your comment?
This particular village, Lilu, right? I have a family member who is married there, and I can't count how long now, but for years now she has not gone to her village. If she comes back, she goes somewhere else. She goes to her maternal village, because and it's not just her, because if you look at that video, people in the comment section, I saw people also commented that for 7 years they've not been to that particular village since this unknown gunmen started, right? It has been like their headquarters sort of in the southeast, and people, they will just come. It's like a territory, it's a known thing now. They will just come and start shooting for no good cause, no reason, and people would run. So that place, if you know you have a death wish, just go to Lilu. That's how it is now. So coming, and but I thought for some time the thing died down, but coming up now to hear that they were shot at and vehicles were burned. And also another thing I'm looking at is where this happened. This happened at a church. It happened at a church. It didn't just happen anywhere. They killed the pastor's wife, shot at people, burnt vehicles. And I'm asking, is it still the unknown government now, or is this a headman clash, or I don't even know, because because of the numbers, the way the Nigerian government has treated insecurity. Every day we have new groups. So I don't know the group now to even blame. If it's the people from the north or the southeast, I don't even know. But it is clear now that these bandits, these terrorists they feel like they have a blank check to go anywhere in Nigeria and do whatever they want to do.
Your comments?
It's not just that. I mean, with the way the government is handling this situation, whether it's not the bandits, the government have fueled, they have given extra, they have embodied like people that want to go into all this kind of atrocities. They have given them manpower. They're like, oh, if we do this thing now, government know if we catch yourself, maybe go do this. Let's cause some sporadic events. That is what is happening now. Because the government fails to tackle insecurity, we will keep seeing, like right now, kidnapping is now a business. Like throughout this weekend, I have been hearing a lot of people being kidnapped, ransom being generated. Like it is just crazy.
Now, I saw one video on the internet where they were interviewing, I think about, is it 6 to 7 year old boy, an American boy, and they were like, what do you want to be in future? And he said he wants to be a murderer.
Yes, I saw that.
It shocked me. And to be honest, we are moving to that point whereby you ask a child, what do you want to be in future? And we tell you, I want to be a terrorist. I want to be a terrorist. To be honest, because of the fact that this is a quick, get money quick syndrome. Like, you literally just need to kidnap somebody. And then they release money.
That even a stupid person can be a kidnapper.
Yes! We don't see any after effect.
You just have to tie somebody and make a phone call. Chicken, and you're gone. I'm telling you. And that you know, from that Harrison Gwamishu's case, right? He came out to say that a part of that whole 20 million, they took out 5 million. It was to mark the money, so that they can cheap. Yes, exactly. Are you sure the Nigerian government know they can actually do something like that?
No, let me tell you, these people know. For them, they ask them, they don't want to get body cam. Guess what they say? They say that is above their budget.
They said no. See what they said, that according to when they asked I'm trying to remember. I think that should be Daniel Bwala. He said that these criminals, these people that perpetrate this act, that they use Starlink.
No, that is even for their location.
Yes,
it's about if they want to get, because like Mr. Ladmidi said in the morning, we watch movies, right? Most of them, I don't, maybe they should go and watch the movies to help. Oh God! If you watch all of these movies where they kidnap somebody, you see how they are using sense, how they are so smart about it and intelligent about it. All of the money, all the chips that they put in money, or the way they mark money, or the body cams and the technologies, or wiring and tapping and all of that thing. I have never heard of a rescue mission like that.
It's too expensive for them. But dinner party is not expensive for them.
My dear, now still talking about dinner party and expensive. In a bold statement, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has said that by 2026, Nigeria will be in a position to lend money to other nations. She describes a future where the country's economy grows robustly, revenue generation increases, and reliance on foreign borrowing is significantly reduced. However, analysts warn that while the statement is aspirational, it may be overly optimistic. Nigeria continues to face rising debt obligations, inflationary pressures, and other macroeconomic challenges that could make achieving such a surplus difficult in the near term. And this is another, I don't know, like, to be honest, like, I read the headlines, I'm like, what is this? What is this? I never knew that this has 2026 that we Nigerians will start borrowing money or lending money to other countries. Wow. And I'm asking, we are owing the international communities. We are owing local communities in Nigeria. And I'm asking, how is it that Nigeria, with all these borrowing, mass, borrowings, how are we supposed to get to that point whereby our physical appearance will increase and then we'll lend money to other countries?
That's wonderful. So you mean that 2026 now, what you're trying to tell me is that we are going to be borrowing money to other nations? I love that. It's the First Lady. Right, the First Lady of Nigeria. Most times, like recently, I've been seeing her in the news and in the media, and she has been trying really hard to play the motherly role. to try and bring. She called for prayers the other day. Maybe the prayers didn't work. They did dinner the other day. She has a renewed hope initiative where she shares parts and shares money to women and all of that. So maybe we need to be clear the type of language, or in literature, what do they call it now? Maybe she needs to explain also we understand. Is she saying based on euphemism? Like, is she trying to give us hope? Yeah. Is she exaggerating a little bit? Yes. So we understand. But if it is not so, it is what she exactly. This is what she literally means. Then we need to ask her a lot of questions, because the time has passed where this politicians will come out and make promise. I will wire fire everywhere, light water everywhere, without telling us how you hope to achieve it. Exactly. Why I asked whether it was 2026 is because this is December. 2026 is in less than 30 days now. In less than 30 days, that's how we are going to transform and borrow people money. This is what a miracle.
So what do you tackle this security?
We are not paying she has said that by 2026 we will not be a nation in debt. It will make more sense. It will not even make sense like that, but at least I will understand. You come to say that we will not be borrowing other people. As how? As how now?
This is this is quite funny. I think I have an idea on how we want to, learn how we are going to achieve this. Now, for income tax is coming in by 2026. Okay. So by the time we, summarize or bring to submission all the income tax, it will be enough to pay off our debt and then lend to other countries. But let me get your take on this.
Let me start from what you say. At what people's expense, please? Is it through this minimum wage, 70,000 naira minimum wage? Is it okay? That means once they are, I think I understand what you meant. Yeah. As we are lending to other nations, Nigeria will be dying. People will be starving. Hunger will be killing us. Because how do they want to make it possible? See, this time we Nigerians, we are tired of just coming, call a press conference, and you hold mic and you will be looking at your phone and be scrolling at what you are, because you are not saying from your head, you're reading it somewhere and you're like telling us, and you expect us to believe it. Tell us how you want to achieve it. Is it through our tax? How? Make it make sense.
I think
look, how many people are we owing? Internationally and globally, how many people are we owing? And they have not tackled insecurity, they have not tackled a lot of inflation, economic problems, and you're coming out to tell me that we are going to lend to who? We're supposed to be begging right now.
I'm actually kind of sitting pretty on the office of the First Lady, and I've just provided accountability for you guys now. I said it's income tax. That is how we are going to achieve this. And you're still asking, how do you want to achieve that? You still need an explanation.
Income tax,
income tax.
Exactly. It's not from someone selling pepper. You want to collect
it's quite absurd. But in Abuja, a church identified as the Family Worship Center held an all-black Sunday service in honor of life lost in the recent killings and kidnappings. Let's take a look.
Oh, yes. I do what? When the world is sick, yes, how I
Alright, the show is still Aside Hot, and we just watched that video where a church held a procession, an all-black procession for the lives that have been lost over the years and these recent killings and happenings that we Nigerians have been witnessing for a while now. I'll just get your take quite in a minute on that video.
I think
right now.
The spirit is one, because I'm also wearing black on black.
Yeah.
So also because it is ridiculous. You know, when you sit down here and you mention, you just call out the numbers and the figures. But when you go and actually think that this could have been your friend, this could have been a family member that you lost, and it's not that you know they are not dead, you know they are not dead, but they are just in captivity. You don't know how they are faring, you don't know what has become of them, you don't know how they are living. It is the most painful torture ever. And I like the fact that we are shining the light on that now. I like the fact that, you know, even though it seems that it is not that it seems, we know the Nigerian government is trying to shut down that talk that there is a genocide against Christians. When we have more things like this, more services like this, it shows them that we are aware of what is going on and we are not fooled by the numbers they try to give us. And other people as well would respect us for it, knowing that we know what's going on in our country. Not that the Nigerian government is saying one thing and we're like, okay, yes, if they say that there is no genocide, maybe there isn't. Let us try and be human.
Exactly. You, Genevieve.
First of all, I'm just going to commend them. It is not even enough for the families of these lost ones, but it is something, at least. So I commend them. It's a whole lot. I'm having goosebumps watching the video. It's like I can feel and relate. I have not had first-hand experience, but I can relate so well. This is very, very, very sad. It's so sad. I mean, their souls rest in peace.
Yeah, amen. And this just flashed touch on, you know, what happened yet more than decades ago, the Sharia war, where, you know, thousands of people were murdered on the process. And I remember how I was in that place at that point in time, and how I got here, I really cannot tell. And this just brings these people, or bring this incident to limelight, is how our leaders are so insensitive, is how our leaders are so empathetic about people that, you know, have lost their loved ones, people that have died, and I believe right there in their grave they are busy rumbling because of the fact that the people that are supposed to protect them failed them. It is quite sad that we Nigerians have now taken it upon themselves to shine the light on those people that have died or that have lost their lives. Should I even remember about the incidents that happened in Lekki Tollgate, which we remember every single year, and no accountability has been made for the Nigerians up till date, and yet we are still seeing, I'm not surprised, because we are still seeing the likes of Bwala, the president, still lying at our faces that there is no genocide in Nigeria, there is no insecurity, the economy is stabilized. It is quite crazy, but I think this is where we are going to call it a wrap on Aside Hot right here on Active Citizens. Thank you so much, Sharon and Nemchukwu, and thank you so much, Genevieve, for lending your voice to cause of change in Nigeria. And to you watching me, thank you for watching, tuning into our station. But if you're yet to like, share, and comment or subscribe, the time is now. Go ahead and do that, and please do not stop asking the right questions. Do not stop seeking accountability from the leaders that maybe you put in that position to lead you and maybe take you to the promised land, even though the reverse is the case. But we still hope that there is still a better Nigeria. This is where, like I said earlier, we're going to call it a wrap. We'll still come your way in the evening for Active Citizens Parliament. For now, stay safe.